Oh, I would. Well, I would audit. I do audits, and one of them would be auditing of a particular area of interest of mine, which is the histological assessment of metal on metal, failed metal on metal hip implants. So this is a practice that I've developed over the last few years. I've seen in excess of 200 of these cases. But obviously, as I deliver this service to Southampton, I would obviously want to audit my practice, um, and this also would make sure that I'm keeping up to date with my practice. As a result of this, this is actually income generating, because I've been in the process of negotiating contracts with orthopedic industry for them to send their implants to us to analyze histologically, and this is meant to be up to 700 cases a year to start with, and so it's quite considerable income, between 200 and 300,000 pounds a year. So obviously, to keep this practice going, I need to be auditing my practice. But obviously, the benefit to the department and trust is this income generation.
Okay.
That was awful.
So you were undersold, right? You were undersold because
Yeah,
there's so much. You've got the whole all your service development stuff could come in here, right? All your histo
yeah,
micro, not micro, what was it? Molecular pathology stuff could come. All your big
yeah,
camera thing could come in here. Audit, that was all right, except like that was you auditing your little thing.
yeah,
I couldn't understand. If you're going to say an audit like that, say what you're going to audit it against, which standard,
yeah,
rather than just a service evaluation, which is
yeah,
technically not an audit. But
yeah,
um, talk to me about how you're going to improve the service to make sure your turnaround time improves. Talk to me about
yeah,
teaching, definitely research. You could have brought that in. There's loads of
yeah.
things you could have brought into this. Okay, so quality assurance is important too, but all of that was possible. Um, what are your big guns, do you think, in terms of doing stuff here? What are the big guns, big five?
So it's my sarcoma experience. It's my metal on metal, because my sarcoma experience is, that's a service that's increasing in Southampton, but there isn't a sarcoma pathologist, or the one who's there is about to retire. So it's future planning. They need someone for these sarcoma cases. Then there's the metal on metal hip replacement, the analysis of that, and that's the income generating. Then there's
Mm-hmm.
my molecular stuff. Um, then there's my ideas, including the macro camera thing. And then there's the sort of how, the fact I know the department, I get on very well with everyone. It's that kind of my knowledge of the department.
Of the teams, yeah.
Yeah,
So remember that, okay? So if you get one of these that could allow you to bring lots of things together,
yeah,
that's how I'd use the SBA question. Don't bring in a new thing,
yeah,
okay? Because the chances are you're not going to one of your big guns,
yeah,
because those are strong cards, and if you've got 6 or 7 strong cards, don't be scared of saying them again, you
yeah,
know, because you might have said them individually in a previous question, and then teaching in another question, and service development in another question. But this allows you to bring them all together. So it's
yeah,
quite a nice one to say, don't threaten my SPA,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
which is what they're doing. Well, as you know, we are. We've got the medical director coming to see us till tomorrow at 8 o'clock to say, can we take a pay cut to basically pay for the PFI? I think that's kind of, I think that's kind of basically how it goes.
And they've already said they want to take one SPA away, haven't they?
Well, I think they want to take £1 million off consultant budget. I think that's what they've said, and it's not quite clear how they're going to do that, but I think it's going to be on SBA. And that is okay if they are willing to take the risk of what that might mean. It's less okay if it means, can you just do the work anyway and we'll just pay you less.
Which is what they'll want.
Yeah, and it's less okay if they in 3 years' time come and say, "Oh, do you know what? We need some more cash. Can you pay us?"
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah, yeah.
like we're working and they're asking us to pay them. You know, it's kind of, you know, it's like,
Yeah, but that's because Ursula thinks that the consultant body are lazy, as she's already said in a previous induction meeting to registrars.
she does. And do you know what? I think there are some consultants who are lazy.
Mm.
I mean, that's a problem. There
Mm.
are definitely. I mean, everyone thinks they work hard, um, but there are definitely some consultants who take the mick. That is a problem. But
Yeah.
then deal with them. Don't like deal with
Yeah,
all the
yeah, yeah.
hard. You know, the geriatricians who are working like dogs. You know, and ED who work like dogs. And you've got anaesthetists. You've got the 5 million anaesthetists who are like so precious it's untrue. You know,
Yeah.
we have a sick patient and they have to come back in twos. They have to get two consultants to see
Yeah.
one of our sick patients because they want a bit of mutual support. You're thinking, what the, I mean, that's, if you've got two spare consultants to see sick patients around the hospital,
Mm.
you think that there's
All right.
they've got a lot of spare time there,
Yeah.
but they're really precious, anaesthetists. And the orthopods apparently do a lot of SPA at home, which is really noble of them. So that's really, honestly, I mean, they work really hard, because all the audits and teaching they do at home is amazing, So,
Yeah.
so there's all that kind of
Private
stuff.
sector.
Yeah. So they multitask. Yeah. What's it saying?
Yeah.
What else are they doing? So,
Amazing.
there is a little bit of like nonsense that goes on,
Mm.
but it's tricky. But I think the point is actually to show value. If you can show value for
Yeah.
you, then that's great. But chief execs generally are asking that question.
Yeah. But so that is the whole. I mean, you can bring in the whole service development because I completely blanked with that, but because that is where you would be doing your service development.
Absolutely.
It is your SPA. So,
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's the same as it's because I've got all my answers for service development. So it's basically the same question in a way.
No, I wouldn't restrict it to service development. I would bring in a bit of service development, a bit of research, a bit of teaching, a bit of audit. It's to me, this is really the new clinical governance question.
Right.
Because I've not heard the clinical governance question being asked for like years. But to me, SPA is when we do our clinical governance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, your own CPD.
Yeah.
That's also involved. In-house CPD and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Okay, Charlie, I've got to go. Was this helpful?
No. Well, thanks so much. That's really good. Yeah,
Okay.
I feel much better because I felt slightly, like I had a lot of work to do last time. But
Yeah, no, you've done really well. I'm really impressed, and hopefully, I'm glad we did it because it helps to get the momentum going. Because otherwise, it was 2 weeks. It was a bit of a long gap, so it was quite nice to just give you something to target.
Yeah.
But hopefully, in 2 weeks, it'll be even better.
Yeah.
What time were you coming on? I've forgotten. What time have you?
so it's 1 o'clock again. So I presume it's after your clinic at 1
Yeah.
on the Monday the 2nd. So
Cool.
I mean, I'm off all that day. So if there's any better time,
Are you?
yeah.
Just think, because I'm off that day as well. I'm coming in for
Okay.
you, really. Would the morning be better? 10 in the morning be better for you, or is 1 better for you?
No. Yeah, morning would be good. That would give me. Yeah, I mean, it's easier for structuring the day then.
Because then you've got the rest of the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we do 10 then?
Perfect. Yeah, that would be brilliant.
Okay.
And where shall I come to? Well, I
Yeah,
can't
come
get
to
into you.
No, come to the main entrance and ring me.
Yeah.
Because
fine.
you're not allowed in.
Yeah.
Good.
No, that's all right.
And
Perfect. All right, well, thanks very much for that.
and did you find that
Sorry.
link really easy to get into this? Because that's the first time I've
Yeah.
used.
Yeah. Well, I'm using. It's not my Mac because my laptop's got a really dodgy webcam thing that kind of occasionally works. But I don't normally use Macs, but this is just went straight in.